Hey guys, welcome back to our channel. If you're new here, my name is Chanel, the owner of 3 Balls Handmade Soaps and More. And in today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys how I achieved this gorgeous orange color. So let's get started. Okay, as always, I like to lay everything out on the table for you guys. Everything that I will be using is right here. And I've also added some paprika, 2 mason jars, as well as a cheesecloth because I'm going to need that to strain off the paprika powder. Okay, so first things first, you want to make sure you start out with some squeaky clean jars. I washed these off camera, and right now I am just pretty much just drying them off, making sure that I get all of the water out of them before I get started. Alright, so now that I have my jars all squeaky clean, I am just putting in my paprika powder, and some people will add 2 tablespoons for every 4 ounces, and some will just do like 1 humongous tablespoon and fill the jar up to 8 ounces. So it's personal preference. Do what works best for you. And yeah, so I'm filling this up with my olive oil. That was my oil of choice. You can use avocado, what else? Grapeseed, whatever other oil, carrier oil you use for your recipe. I chose olive oil. That's like the most common, I believe, is olive oil. But yeah, so right here I spent it around, and you probably can't see it, but it does have numbers on there. And the reason why my jars are so big, I think these are here like 32 ounces. At the time when I purchased these a couple months ago, this was all what was in the store. So, and I mean, I'm not going back just to get smaller jars, not when I have a bunch of these. So that's why my jars are so big, if anybody was wondering. So now that I have my 8 ounces in there, I am just putting the lid back on there, and I'm going to get ready to put it on the stove, and we're going to let it simmer. And once it's done simmering, I'm just going to turn the stove off and let it sit in the water to cool down. Okay, so now that I let this completely cool, like I said, in the pot, and now that it's cooled, it took like a couple hours, 3 to 4 hours maybe, something like that. But so now that it's cooled, I am pretty much just going to use my cheesecloth, and I picked this up from Walmart. I think it was like it was either $3 or $6. I can't remember, but so I put you guys at a different angle so that you can see, and I'm just going to pour the infusion into this cheesecloth to catch the powder. Alright, so once I was done straining everything, I put the lid back on, and I did date this. I put the date on it off camera, but I just put the lid on there tightly until it was time for me to use it. And y'all just look at this. Look at that. Isn't it pretty? Isn't that a pretty color? Okay. All right, you guys, so right here I am just measuring out the remainder of my recipe, and of course we're doing a discount for the olive oil. So I did hold back on some of that, and because I am using the infusion to make up the rest. So that's what I'm doing right here, is pouring up my infusion. Alright, so now that everything has cooled down to room temp, or wherever I needed it to be, wherever I wanted it to be, it is showtime. So y'all, this color, when I first poured it into my oils, which you'll see right here, and again, this right here is still part of your recipe, so you want to make sure you scrape out every ounce of this. So that's what I'm doing right now. I'm trying to scrape every drop out of there that I can. And can y'all see that orange in there? So pretty. So pretty. Alright, so right here I am slowly adding in the lye water solution. And y'all, once I put that in there, it started giving off like mango vibes. And I'm like, hold on. But then I had to tell myself, girl, calm down. This will be a completely different color in the morning. And sure enough, it was. But yeah, I mean, this color right here is still pretty too, but this ain't the color that I was going for, and I'm so glad that it did change, because I was like, I ain't feeling this. But yeah. All right, guys. So once I reached my desired trace, it was time for me to start pouring that into my soap mold, and that is what I am doing right now, and making sure that I'm scraping the container because I need every ounce of that to be in this loaf, in this mold. All right, so now I am just cleaning up the sides a little piece, and I did all this wiping down, y'all, and still managed to miss a whole side, but that's neither here nor there. But anyway, so and I decided to play around with the top. I didn't do nothing, extravagant or anything like that, because this was just my little test loaf. So I'm just using the spoon and just, like I said, just doing a little something, something. But so this right here is the finished product. Well, not really. All right, so it is the next day for me, a few hours for you, and y'all see that side right there where I said I missed, but all right. But look at the color, you guys. It's no longer giving off mango vibes. So I was very, very, very excited about that. So right now I'm just getting ready to unmold it, see what we got, see if we got it to gel all the way through. And I don't put my soaps in the oven. I just cover mine. As you can see, I just cover mine and let them sit on my little work table overnight, or whatever the case may be. Let it sit to either 24 to 48 hours. It just depends. But so yeah, I'm just unmolding this right now. And y'all, this color is like, I'm loving it. Do y'all see how pretty that is? And I probably could have, when I discounted my oil, I probably could have added a little bit more of the infusion. But I mean, I'm feeling this one right here for the summertime. I think this right here is like a really pretty color for summer, spring and summer. I'll probably do a little bit more, when I do my soaps for the fall. But so far, I mean, it looks good to me. Okay, guys, so while I am cutting this, I just want to say that I put my oil infusion on the stove. Some people do use a slow cooker. So, whichever one you choose. And some people also will heat their oil, get their oil hot, and then pour that in the container. I always just put mine on the stove. That's how I do my infusions. But yeah, so I put my infusion on the stove. I let it simmer. I don't let it get to a boil. Once it starts to simmer, I turn it off. And then, like I stated earlier, I let it sit in the pot until it cools completely down. You don't want to take it out of the pot immediately once you turn your stove off. That's a big no-no. So just let it sit in the pot until till it has completely cooled. All right, so now that we have all of our bars cut, y'all just check out this color. It is so pretty. It's very pretty. I'm pleased. I'll take it. It's a win. So right here, I'm getting ready to stamp my soaps. And if you are new to my channel, if this is your very first video, I use saran wrap when stamping my soaps. I don't know why I put the saran wrap at the bottom. I don't know. But I do put the saran wrap again, which you'll see me put another piece in between the soap and my stamp. I do that to keep soap from getting into my stamp. And which I mentioned this in my last video, because somebody had asked what size was my stamp. My stamp is 2 inches by 1.7 inches, and I got that from Etsy. So again, my stamp was 2 inches by 1.7 inches. So, and right here I'm just using it, and as you can see, like this stamp fits like perfectly on my little sample, not sample, but on my little small test loaf, as well as the other my normal size bars that I do. All right, and here it is, all stamped up, looking gorgeous. I'm very pleased with the way that this color came out. Like I said, at first it was giving mango vibes, but I am so glad that it changed. And that pretty much wraps up this video, you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you enjoyed this video, definitely leave us a thumbs up. And if you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button. And until next time, I will see you guys later. Bye.